welcome to the Nerf Rival Vision. And I gotta say, it's not quite a vision. It's, looks like a down staple gun, doesn't it? But what it does, oh man. I've been waiting for a blaster like this for a long time, and why? Because I'm a twin gun shooter, that's why. How do I win HVZs? Twin guns and an accurate long range. How do I play in 200 per second wars? Twin gun redundancy, that's right. And what have I been doing it with? I've been doing it with a pair of an HVZ 13 kilogram Chronoses. And a 200 foot per second war 18 kilogram Chronoses that can pull in the speed range of around 160, 170 feet per second, and at an HVZ 125 to 130 feet per second at the lower yield. That's really great, but compared to that, and this one just jammed on me completely. They're kind of, well, you got it. they're kind of finicky. Did somebody play with this? They must have. They loaded a bunch of balls. What the hell? Well, okay, well, anyway, as you can see, this is the old and busted, and this is the new hotness. That does have 18 kilograms on it, but this is a much smoother action, and it is brought by the fact that instead of using a slide that goes to the rear of your plunger tube like a Chronos does, this one has a common prime channel across not just the front of the tube, but the back of the tube too. So what does that do? That makes the prime extremely smooth. And I mean, this is about an 8 kilogram prime. I can't imagine 14 or 16 being any worse, except it would take more force to it. But why are these possibly better twin blaster shooters than these, or a pair of Spams, or a pair of Mausers? Well, it happens to be the prime location, and the reason is on these, as you can see, let me do this again. You have to literally, I'm going to have to look at that one. It's not engaging for some reason. Yeah. These, you have to pull them almost, you have to hold the blaster like this, grab it with 2 fingers like this, and then pull it. Like that. Well, okay, that's not the best. Why? Because in battle, you have to remember to get this blaster all the way there. Or so if you do it like this, you're going to hit, you're going to hit the other blaster. And as you can see, that's not really cool, because that's going to be hard. Especially in that Z situation. Okay, so these hooks are lower. And put it behind the Chronos doesn't come with hooks. I had to make these out of fiberglass myself. They're really great for the Chronomag, because that's 18.5. These are 18 kilogram. They're the smaller 7/8 springs. But these, the hooks are higher. So this means that when you're trying to do a draw, it's way easier because of where the position of the hooks are. Not to mention they're already 2-hand hooks. Not to mention they're already pointing down. Now a lot of people look at this pointing down. I did at the beginning, and I didn't think that was going to be cool. Well, of course it is. Your fingers do that, right? They go down and back. So ergonomics, very respected here. Not only that, but there's lots of room here to put fiberglass, resin, anything else. If you think that these just aren't strong enough to hack your 18.5 springs from turf or whatever. But dude, this is the big advantage of these. The other thing I like about these is that, look at this handle. Oh my god, look at this grip. Nice ergonomic grip for big hands like me. I don't think a person with small hands are going to like these, but a person with big hands, man. And considering all that crap that they're making with Ultra, Elite 2L, everything else, it sucks. This is the only line where they're getting it right. Okay, Pathfinder. I'm going to need a couple Pathfinders, and I'm going to be able to make a pump action version of one of these, dude. Of one of these. Hold on a second. Yeah, well, let's get the other one. Let's get the one that Nerf EZE made. Yeah, one of these, the Chronomag. Remember, I invented the Chronomag? That's right. Can we put Chronomag Tech in one of these? Ooh, yes. But even better. Alright, yeah. Can we put Chronomag Tech in 2 of these? Roll them at like 14 kilograms, a little shorter barrels than this monstrous Joker shooting Batwing out of the sky thing. and roll with a bunch of half-length darts and shooting, I don't know, 160, 170 feet away. Bam, 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 bam. Can you imagine me like that? I'm already in enough trouble with one of these. And everybody knows this is doing what? Maybe with this blaster, I'm doing about 170 feet per second. If I load it, I can do 200. But usually I don't because I want the prime to be better. Imagine if I was holding two of those. Oh, crap. And everybody knows, last HVZ I played, I was holstering two of these, and I won with about 23 of my other compadres against 240 Zeds out there. Actually, it'd be 220 something at that time. And I won. Why? Because I had the virtual dual shot capability. I had multi-ammo format. I had not only short the half-length darts, but I had the rifle darts, and I had twin blaster functionality. So because of that, it did a lot of good. I am hell on terror with these, and these only hold 5 rounds. Okay, 5 has a little curved magazine. That's it. So it makes it easier to holster, things like that. I did make holsters that were shoulder holsters. Maybe you've seen a lot of my All Ranch episodes with so. But that's not really that big deal if you make a custom holster for this that goes here, wraps here, and it's just like quick release like that. I mean, that's not a big deal because that is what I'm doing exactly with the Mauser, as you can see here. Yeah, no problem, no problem. You just have to make the holster right, and you have to understand, your Beretta 9mm holster isn't going to work for this. Your Colt 45 holster's not going to work for this. Your 1911 holster's not going to work for this. Get over it. Make your own holsters. Duct tape. Yeah, that's how you do it, man. That is how you do it. I mean, I did the same thing with the Pigeon here. Same thing. It was a weird design. It was a big Desert Eagle. I think they fit in Desert Eagle holsters. I'll have to ask Mr. Heathcliff. But same thing, man. Yeah. Oh, just like that, man. Just like that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So, the one thing that's that you need are the holsters, because to carry 2 of these in battle, well, you need to be able to switch to other blasters, especially in a neck war, where you got to switch to your long shot, or your chronomag, or your Caliburn. I don't use Caliburns, but other people do. They're good blasters. I just don't like them myself, because they're really long prime, and I like stuff that's shorter prime, and I like stuff that sticks on the magnets. When I put them back, come on, you're killing me. Ah. Stay. Thank you. But anyway, yes, so these things, oh man, do I have a lot of plans for these. So much so that I didn't just buy these 2. Oh, look at it, you can double finger the trigger. Oh, no way. That, just like the long shot, you can double finger the trigger. Oh, I'm going to love these. I'm going to love these. I didn't just buy 2. I bought 4. Why? Why did I buy 4? Well, and I'm actually going to probably buy 6, because I own Nate Little blaster, and I know he loves these colors. And I'm going to make one in Chronomag, and if he wants this one instead, I'm going to give it to him. If not, I've got the blasters with the chimichangas, you know, the Deadpools, the new Deadpools. I got a pair of those, but he uses he gets a Deadpool once or not, I'm giving them chimichangas. I have no use for chimichangas. I mean, it might be a fun thing to throw at a Zed or something, but, you know, you want the chimichangas, that's nice. I'll give them to you. I'll give them to you, okay? But, man, Nate, I think you're going to like these. I think you're going to like, look at this color, look at this color scheme. I know this is like the 80s color scheme. He likes stuff out of the 80s, the teal and the neon green and the neon orange. Yeah, he loves that kind of stuff. Because, you know, Nate Little is an artist. He's very smart and he's very cool. And he also designs stuff like RX-24 is my homeboy. That's his. He designed that, right. So, I owe him a blaster, and so it's a good thing, because this is, I think, might actually be better than a Kronos. By far. Not only because it's 8 rounds, not only because it's a little bit, even though in bulk-wise, they're not really smaller. It's just that they're more streamlined. This thing catches your hand on here and here. The slide for high yield, even I can't prime it because I can't get a good grip on it. I think they learned it is slightly thinner, and it does have the adjustable sights. We'll get to that in a second. And it actually is longer, but it is more streamlined, and it's better ergonomics by far. And I do love the loading Okay, as you know, I tested these a while back, you know, but the problem was, one, the prime and quick draw, even with your normal yield, wasn't that good. Two, they're really thin feeling. Three, the ammo they come with is really, okay, it does 100 feet per second, but the ammo's lighter. So when you put normal rifle in there, it's doing like 80 feet per second, something like that. And three, yeah, I could put a speed hook like right here, which was an idea, but I didn't like the feed system on this. Yeah, I thought that the feed system with this needed a little more work. This little feed where you could put the balls in here and load it and everything else. But then you have to hit this when you do it. This is a lot easier because basically, I think they looked at, the Hasbro looked at that and said, you know what, we can do better than that next shot, can't we? So let's see how easy it is to load this. In the beginning of the video you saw it, okay. You just basically bring this down here, put it down here, hold it here. Ooh, no, that locks. Whoa, that locks. But you can easily just go like this. Just hold it like this. Push it through here. This doesn't go through. Now I was wondering, how do the rival balls in battle not fly out when I first saw this design? Because everyone I saw had this on the bottom. Ooh, this actually locks up. Does my other one not lock up with that? What's going on with this? Oh no, it does. I was just being too ginger. Okay, okay. My bad. Okay, so this goes like this, right? And then you go, you push it up, bam, there you are. And let's try to shoot this with normal rivals. And let's straighten out this sight. And I will tell you right now, this sight, you know, an adjustable sight that goes this way, that way, and up and down, it's a good idea, except for the fact that the very top out of the sight is the very top of your sight ring. So if this were just a little higher, so that it would go all the way up here, and then on the bottom it would go down, that'd be great. But these sight rails are too high. But what do I recommend? I recommend 3D printing ones that are about this high rather than this high. Or I'm going to take this piece of junk, fill it with resin, cut it down so I have more adjustment range. Because this is the very top of the adjustment range. And then on top of that, this blaster, just like any other rifle, tends to drift. So if anybody remembers the old recons where you didn't want to point them straight because they would dive your darts. You had to point them about a ½ degree up, so when the darts fly out, they do this. And they drift through the air. Right. Nowadays with half-life darts, you don't have to worry about that. They just, but back in the days when we were shooting at most 90, 100 feet per second, at most, and if you had a recon that could do 125 feet per second like I did, or 130 or 140, but broke it within a reasonable amount of time, yeah, you still had to worry about it. Because the bolt system would nose dive your darts. Well, the same thing with rifle. Because you have this spin tab, the BB ends up, the rifle round ends up going down when you fire. So so this is straight on. All the way up and back is straight on. Which I think is really stupid. It doesn't give you any elevation at all. So the way they set this up wasn't very good. It just misses just about a few inches down. So if I go like this, okay, and I put it in the middle of there, and I'm aiming at my string, now it is pretty accurate actually. This is hitting the string even with the normal rifle balls. Which leads me to yet another question. Is it the new Accu-Rifle ammo that's better? Or did they just improve the blaster and tighten up the tolerances and everything else? I think it's B. But we'll have to take it outside and see. The other thing I don't like about this is that this can just move. I wish this was screw adjustable, knob adjustable this way, knob adjustable that way. Why couldn't they just put a knob here that moves this side by side? Especially when you got this big thing on here to protect your sights. I like that too. It does protect your sights from being hit by other gear, other things. Especially when you're quick drawing, you're going to need something that keeps this from getting hit, because it will get hit sometimes. But it's just a little toy. I know, Chris, you're going like, I know people are like, yeah, Chris, it's just a toy. Now, to us, it was a toy. When we're done with it, it was a toy. So these little points are really important. So another thing I would do if I was a 3D printer, is I would make a knob-adjustable version of this where you snip, and you can just adjust the back and forward and this with a knob. That's what I would do, and I would make this shorter. If somebody could print that, maybe Drac could print it, maybe Foam Demic can print it, maybe Sean Cox can print it. Somebody, okay? That would be really cool because the site profile is really high, as you can see, and at the highest level, it's just matching the profile. If I had something like this, which was at this level, when you move this up, you're giving a little bit more of a... Yeah, so that would be middle of the site. That's what it would look like. And that is actually straight on a rifle blaster. Yeah, that's straight on. It's a little bit of drift. And it is because of your spin tab. And you can't avoid that. Even when I adjust the spin tab and I make that smaller on the higher velocity models, it still kind of does it. It doesn't do it as much because it's going faster and it's hitting the spin tab with less time and there's less contact. But you still see a little bit of a, yeah, you get what I'm saying. I mean, look at this. Your Chronos blasters, very low profile sights. Okay, it may be big, bulky, you may call this the old busted, but I don't know, 170 feet per second with rifle is nothing but old and busted. So considering most of the flywheel people didn't get past 130 feet per second with their flywheels. So, but this really high sight, it is meant to be like a target pistol. I like that, kind of like the Fate, but they need to make this lower. I need to make the whole system lower. So when this is up here, that's even with this. That's what they need to do. The other thing is it does not have, oh man, it doesn't have, I mean, come on, man. How am I going to show off after a zombie kill? Come on, man. Don't you guys remember Cartaya with his fucking spinning of his blasters and shit in that, you know, Ragnar Oktoberfest video? Yeah, man. I'm all into blaster tricks and shit like that, you know? I mean, shit. And here I am, you know, I got this quick draw, dual pistol guy. And he doesn't have a trigger guard. Nah! Why? Why? Because they didn't design it with a trigger guard. That sucks. As for what it is, it does look like a staple gun, but man, it really... I don't care about the looks. I mean, if I can twin throttle with this better, not that I had a problem with the Chronos, but any little edge helps, you know. I'll go with this. This is great. I mean, this is awesome. You know, and boy, do I love that. The other thing I like is you can... dual finger. Very important when you go up and yelled and you're up in that catch spring to dual yelled. Another thing I noticed is that it does have a trigger lock. This is your trigger lock right here. Okay, so in order to take the trigger lock out, I like it. You just remove that piece and you can prime that forward when you want to prime it forward. That's really cool, you know. So I like that. I like this whole thing. When I first saw this, I posted a Death by Nerf Blaster on my forum on Facebook. Go check it out, Death by Nerf Blaster on Facebook. 3,500 members, and they're all my buds. But at any rate, I wanted this. I didn't know how it was internal priming. I didn't know if I could K-mag it. But man, I'm going to K-mag this, because look at this. Let's get a magazine. Hold on. So, I'm sure you can picture it, right? You had a straight magazine that doesn't fall out of my hand because it's laminated with fiberglass. Right there, okay. I'd have a return spring for this. Not that I need it. You can see I could draw without the return spring. But I think I'm going to return spring this time. And then on the bottom here, because I'd have to cut all of this out because of this. Yeah. Here, let me give you a better point of view there. It would be about there. It'd be about there, okay. And you can imagine this stick katana mag, Dark Zone Pro mag, well, you know, that other magazine that Worker makes. It basically, it would fit. It would work. Okay, you have a little bit of filling here, but that's okay because you have fiberglass there. And you have a little filling here, that's okay because you have fiberglass there. And the other thing I was thinking is I could maybe put a lock. So let's say like a slide release over here, so I can lock this back, have a return spring on it, so every time I pull it slides back forward. But then I can lock it when I'm loading it. But you know what? It was Rival. You don't even have to. The other thing I like about this is to load this. This can be forward. I like that. This. And put in mind, you got 14 kilograms, 18 kilograms, 16 kilograms. It's a big deal because your finger, if the catch breaks or you accidentally pull the trigger, poof, into your fingers. You're going to fucking guillotine your fingers, right? So watch this. I have to pull the slide back to load it, which I like, you know, just sitting here, and I got used to it. Kind of like I had an old Winchester lever action or some shit. And between shooting, I just loaded it. No magazines to load, nothing like that. But I always had that danger of that could chop off my fingers. Okay, with this thing, no problems. No problems at all. So until next time, this is Chris Cartaya, your good old desperado, hanging out at El Rey, the Owl Ranch. And I'm just here to tell you, don't you go changing, or I'll fucking find you. So I think next video what we're doing is we're going to compare this with the Accu Rival Ammo, with the normal Rival Ammo, and a Mauser fire with PAC-Ds. And we're going to do the dart for dart accuracy test, shooting darts off the shelf 10 feet away, and we're going to see which is better, and is this really that much more accurate. My verdict right now, as it sits, this is more accurate, but I think it is because they went more with a tube within tube design, and they cut down the tolerance on the blaster. I think it's the blasters that are have better tolerances, not necessarily the ammo that's better. So, before you get in a fad and buy all this Accu Rival bullshit, go see my review first. That will probably be my next video, where I'm comparing it to the Mauser, the normal ammo, and that. And I will do it in slow-mo, 2 cameras, whole 9 yards. Yeah, peace out.